Hey folks, so it's me, and so today we'll be talking a little bit about the NFL here. Of course, there's two games today, uh, but we'll talk about the two most important games in a moment. So today, 4:25 kickoff, Kansas City at Denver Broncos. Of course, the Broncos being eliminated by the Chargers. Um, Last week, and then in a primetime game, 8:15 tonight is the Cowboys at the Eagles in Philadelphia, of course. I think the Eagles is a must-win game. Cowboys already have a playoff spot. I think they're actually leading their division right now, so the Eagles already have a playoff spot. And yeah, please comment in the in the chat if you'd like. But now we'll talk about tomorrow's most important games. So we'll first talk about the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. The New York Jets going into Buffalo for their final game of the season, for the season finale. Um, One thing about the Bills is they're not playing Mike White like they did last week. They're playing. Um, they're actually going to be playing Zach Wilson, um, who threw for I don't know how many yards, but uh, the Jets almost beat Tampa Bay last week. Should have beat them, I'm sure, but they gave up a 30-yarder and then some bad calls by the refs. Um, so, um, what about the Bills game? So, well, the Bills obviously coming off of a win last week against the Falcons, eliminating them from playoff contention. So the Falcons have officially been eliminated. Allen giving up 3 interceptions. So I'm going to see if my microphone is working first. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys. I just wanted to make sure my mic was working. But anyway, the Bills, Josh Allen, of course, last week threw 3 interceptions, and then there was a punt return that was fumbled by the Bills, giving the Falcons 2 points. Of course, at the half, Bills were losing 15-14 after a Falcons field goal. But anyway, the Bills, I think, will have to play hard this time. Zach Wilson, he knows how to get out of the pocket. He's given up 11 interceptions on the season. He knows how to throw deep balls ever since he's came back from IR, injury reserve. Week 12, he's only given up at least 6 interceptions. No, he's only given up 1 interception. My bad. 1 interception he's only given up. And he can throw deep. He's hit his targets every single time. So he knows how to get out of the pocket. He holds the ball, I think, a little longer than Allen does, or just a little shorter than Allen does. And he can sense the pressure coming. So he's like Kyler Murray. As we all know, the Bills got beat by the Cardinals. after a miraculous comeback and a very big upset last year when Kyler Murray threw that Hail Mary to D-Hop and the Bills lost. Um, so, um, so what we do know, and that game is in Buffalo, by the way, at 4:25 kickoff time. That Jets-Bills game is in Buffalo, by the way. Um, so the defense is really going to have something to deal with here. The Jets are doing better than they have been at the beginning of the season. They're not like they were when they got like annihilated by Buffalo in week 10 when they played Mike White. Totally different quarterback this time. So the Bills definitely have to try to stop White. It's possibly going to be tough it's definitely going to be tough trying to stop him. I think it's going to be close. However, this is a must-win game. The Bills did clinch a playoff spot last week. However, they did not clinch the AFC East. They did not clinch their division. As you all know, if you watch football or are Bills fans or Patriots fans, the AFC East is in a leading race right now with the Bills and Patriots. The Bills only half a game ahead of New England right now. The New England just beat who they played last week. If New England would have lost, then the Bills would probably be crowned the AFC East champions. They would have been crowned AFC East champions last week if they would have lost. However, if the Bills would have lost last week, the Patriots would have been crowned AFC East champions, possibly. But it's going to come down to who does better. Will the will the Bills do better or will the Jets do better? We don't know. It's going to be a toss-up in that game. So that game's going to be a toss-up. So we'll have to figure out how that game's going to turn out tomorrow. But now I'll talk about the Jets comparison to the Bills. We'll talk about Zach Wilson comparison to Josh Allen. So Zach Wilson, normally he can always hit his targets. He's only given up 1 or 2 interceptions this season. I think I heard it was 1. So after he's came back, but compared to Josh Allen, the Bills quarterback, he's given up more interceptions than Zach Wilson has. Remember, Zach Wilson now the whole season only has 11 interceptions. That he only has 11 turnovers. He's never been sacked. He's never fumbled. He knows how to throw the deep balls and get to his targets. He knows how to use his legs like Allen does. And they're a stronger team than they have been. The Jets were eliminated, however, already. So they're already out of playoff contention. They were already eliminated, I think about a month ago or 2 months ago. So the Jets came off of their coming into Buffalo after uh, losing, almost beating Tampa Bay at home. They should have beat them. Zach Wilson uh, also played in that game, and I think the Jets only lost by 3. So they got a better defense now, and plus with Zach Wilson on the roster, um, it's going to be a toss-up. So now we'll go out to the Patriots versus Miami Dolphins game. So the Patriots are at Miami this weekend, and like Buffalo, that game kickoff is at 4:25 Eastern Standard. Just like the Jets in Buffalo. If Buffalo wins, they are the AFC East champion. If somehow, in possibly a chance that the Jets pull off this outrageous comeback or this outrageous upset, I mean to say, if they somehow pull off this outrageous upset, I'm pretty sure the media would be going crazy in Buffalo, and then the Bills fans would not be very happy about it. Because the thing is, after that, they'd have to hope for New England to lose. And if Buffalo loses and New England wins, then New England wins the AFC East, and they get they get home advantage, and the Bills would be going on the road to face whoever in the wild card. So Miami was eliminated last week. They were eliminated after having a beating by Tennessee 33-3. But that Patriots game at Miami is going to be a good one too, I think. Miami was on a 7-game winning streak before being eliminated. So I think this game will be awfully good as well. I don't know who the Patriots played, but I know they beat the team who they played was 50-something. So they really beat up the team who they played. So the Patriots, like I said, also looking to get the crown, the AFC East champion. But they have to hope that the Jets upset the Bills in order to do that. Which there is a chance that they'll do it. We'll have to see what happens. If anything, it's going to be close for that Jets-Bills game. Because of how both the comparison between Josh Allen and Zach Wilson. So with the rushing yards and the passing yards, but with Zach Wilson, he normally hits his targets. And with Josh Allen, like I said, he's given up more interceptions this year than Wilson has. But back to the Patriots-Miami game. The Patriots have to hope that they win. I guarantee that Belichick is going to be starting his starters with Jones out there, and Belichick, he's going to be looking at the game clock that whole time, you know, because he knows that that if Buffalo loses, he knows that he needs to win, and that Buffalo needs to lose in order for his team, in order for him to take the Patriots to a AFC East championship. So, that being said, like I said, Buffalo has to lose for the Patriots side, that is. Buffalo needs to lose to the Jets tomorrow, and the Patriots need to defeat the Dolphins tomorrow. Now, like I said, both games are at 4:25. So the Patriots Miami game, just like the game in Buffalo, the Patriots Miami game is going to be at the same time, 4:25 kickoff Eastern Standard. So that should be a good game too. I think the Patriots possibly have the advantage here. And if it's snowing in Buffalo, and even if it's not, if it's snowing in Buffalo, I got the Jets as an advantage here, more of an advantage. But if it's not, it's kind of a toss-up between Buffalo and New York, because but New York seems to have a better team, and there's some things that the Bills know about them, but there's some things that the Bills don't know about them. And the Jets have basically said they've been watching the filming of Buffalo's games, and they know how they are, and they're going to try to beat them. You know, they're going to try to spoil their. They will try to spoil their chances on being the AFC East champion. So, so that's basically it. But elimination rounds tomorrow, the Ravens need to win. If they do not beat Pittsburgh tomorrow, they are eliminated from the playoffs. So they have to win. If somehow they win, they beat Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers tomorrow, they will make it into the playoffs. If they don't, then they will not make it into the playoffs. So that's basically all that. And that's also a toss-up, because I also don't know who's going to win that game, but it might be a good game. The Ravens, of course, without Lamar Jackson. He's injured right now. But what we do know, last week's eliminations, like I mentioned, the Miami Dolphins, they were eliminated. And actually, there's another divisional game tomorrow. The Los Angeles Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. That's also an elimination game. If the Chargers win, the Raiders are eliminated. If the Raiders win, the Chargers are eliminated. I think them two both have the same record. The Chargers, of course, eliminating the Denver Broncos from playoff competition. So 6th straight year that Denver hasn't made the playoffs ever since winning Super Bowl 50. But I can see Denver getting there. They're getting better. They had a better record this year. They got farther than they did this year than last year. So we'll have to see what the outcome is. So we'll watch the games tomorrow and today.
What time is it? It's not even 11, is it?
We'll see
Yeah, what
who
time
wins
is
it.
it?
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, it's a little early for lunch, dude. It's 10:55.